Well, so it is what it is. I finally crashed the Bixler, and it took me longer than I thought, actually, but totally my fault. I wanted to blame it on the new Taranis radio, since that was a maiden for the Taranis, but unfortunately, I can only blame myself. What was happening was I was actually getting ready to, I had a lot of things going on at once. I was getting ready to train my son using the trainer cable in a trainer student sort of a fashion. So that was going to be new. I had the FPV system on and running, and I was going to transition after I got a feel for it in line of sight again, and made sure all the controllers and all that stuff worked the way I wanted them, all the settings. I was going to go try a little bit of FPV. So that was going to be new. But what happens is, it turned out it was just really, really windy, and you can tell from the video here in just a second, it was pretty gusty. I didn't expect it to be that bad, but once I got in the air, it was pretty bad. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it felt like it, and you could just see the plane just buffeting around, and at one point the wings kind of started to fold just from the wind buffeting it. So I was coming around. I'd done one pass, which you'll see right after the launch. I was doing another pass and got caught up in the wind a little bit and went longer than I thought I did. And it was basically just a perception problem where I thought I was further in inside some tree line, and I wasn't, and the rest is history. So I'll show you the video real quick of the crash, because I know you want to see that, and then we'll go over the aftermath of the Bixler and see how it fared. That sucks. What'd you think? Pretty awesome, huh? So it looks like that pod hit every single branch on the way down, but it did eject nicely. So this is the FPV pod where the film was being recorded. I guess it's video these days. Anyway, This thing held up really well. You might have seen the FPV video where I showed how I was building this. Turned out really well. It actually, the JST unplugged from the battery, and then my little ESC pigtail using the micro Deans actually came unplugged from the camera. But that was it. It was still recording the entire time, obviously, and everything still works, fully functional. So I'm kind of glad this had the little eject pod on it. I was wondering if I put a little parachute on it, if it might help it next time, but it probably just got stuck in the tree with all those branches. Anyway, so that's in good shape. Remarkably, the plane fuselage is in great shape. I really have zero damage to any of it. It held up really well. I guess the one thing is here. So what it did is it snapped the wings. Actually, my spar is still in one piece. Just ejected it, which is perfectly fine, and literally ripped one of my flap servos out. And that's the only damage to the fuselage, is where it tried to drag that servo. So I'll do some checking on that. The wings are pretty much, you know, I think that they could be repairable. I'd have to, here's the servo that is now short, some wiring. I could probably fix that pretty easy. And this wing is remarkably in good shape. Might have to redo some hinges. You can see I've already been kind of fitting some pieces back together here. The reality of it is, for 15 bucks, I might just order a new wing set. Although I hate to, I like the paint on this thing, so I hate to redo that. But at any rate, you can see, you know, where the impact was. And this tape does a great job. And, you know, I've got no complaints, really. For crashing into a tree at that speed, this thing is doing pretty darn good. You know, I lost a flap here. But, you know, the fuselage is all good. All my electronics are safe. Motor's still fine. Batteries are all good. Like I said, my FPV pod survived. No big deal there. So I think I'll probably just order a new wing set and fix up that one servo. I can rewire it, and we'll stick her back in the air. But I'm really happy. You know, I'm not happy that I ran into a tree, obviously. But I'm really happy how everything turned out with the plane, with the FPV setup, with the Tyrannus. It all worked out really well. Just, you know, it's one of those things that you think you see what you see, but really, you know, that depth perception is sometimes a little bit tough. So I do realize after watching the video, if I was flying FPV instead of line of sight, I would have known I was too close to those trees. So I'm really looking forward to transitioning to that. So I guess while I wait for wings to come, I'll take this wing here. I just converted it to a pusher. This is the FT Versa wing. Just made a pusher motor mount, and I think I'll just move all my FPV gear onto this guy and fly it while I wait for my wings for the Bixler. But that's it. Just wanted to share that with you. It's a great day. Happy Black Friday. So a little windy. Now I probably, thinking back, know that I probably shouldn't have gone out, or, you know, either way, I hit those trees. What am I going to do? But it was so windy, I was trying to check my balance point, center of gravity, and the thing was like blowing around in my hands. I couldn't really tell. It was hard to tell if it was balanced or not, because every time I try and hold it, it would just blow. So that should have been a sign. Anyway, it was fun. My son and I had a blast cleaning up all the parts, and this thing was hanging, this wing was hanging way up in the treetop, and we found a golf ball on the grounds and used a golf ball, and I threw a golf ball at it about 15 or 20 times before I finally hit it, and then the thing came down. So that's the extraction method out of the tree, was a golf ball. But we had a hoot. It was a lot of fun. I got no regrets. Anyway, keep flying, have fun, catch you on the next one.